Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. You are watching brand spanking new Infinite Warfare gameplay. And on Twitter, I asked you guys if you could choose which COD I should play and/or stream and use as gameplay footage. Well, Infinite Warfare took the cake, and as you just saw, it was pretty close. But for the most part, you guys pretty much voted for Infinite Warfare, and the footage is actually recorded and rendered at 1080p, so let me know if you guys can actually spot the difference. I know I don't have the fanciest equipment in the world, quite low end actually, but if you guys can tell the difference, let me know, and I'll continue to do 1080p at least for now, as best as I possibly can. But I wanted to talk about this game, and I also wanted to talk about, well, what this game is like in 2019, and on top of that, it just makes all the sense in the world right now to play this game, not just because you guys voted on it, but because simply because of the fact that Black Ops 4 is getting really stale, and it's been pretty stale for a while. And one other thing, if you can tell any sort of difference in my voice, I apologize ahead of time. I'm a little bit under the weather. So it's going to be a few more days until I go back to normal. Today it's when it's really kicking in. I thought something was coming, but apparently I just started feeling it now, as in today, as in a few hours ago. So I'm staying hydrated, I'm taking my vitamin C, and work doesn't get hectic until towards Friday. And so, yeah, I've got a few days of some decent rest time in. And, yeah, but anyway, back on the subject here. So now, it's going to be literally any day now until Infinity Ward's new game is going to be officially announced, in terms of what the title is and everything like that. I mean, I think most of us are pretty sure it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. But with this game in particular, I could tell you that one of the things that you will definitely notice when you play this game again, and or if it's your first time, because some of you are in touch with me on Twitter, and some of you have said that you actually picked this game up very recently, and you're going to give it a shot. And the first thing that you'll notice right off the bat is that, number one, obviously, just like everything else you see in your life, is basically what you see. And this game, just by looking at it, you could tell that it's complete. It is very well polished. It looks very, very good. The graphics are really good. And the game is overall a finished product. And especially, even at launch, if you compare this game from an overall perspective compared to Black Ops 4, holy shit does this beat the living fuck out of it in terms of everything. And another thing is that I don't know, nobody really knows exactly how many people are still playing this game, but I can assure you that it's probably not that much, especially since there are a lot of people out there that just really hate this game. I used to be one of them, and I think I even made a video apologizing, or many videos where I basically apologized to Infinity Ward, so, or at least mentioning it, and after giving this game a legitimate shot after a while, after not playing it. But yeah, the thing is, the first thing you notice is that it's polished, and we don't know how many people are playing it. And the thing is, I've played TDM and I've played Free For All, and I could tell you that the connection and hit registration and all that kind of stuff is very, very smooth. It is smooth. In Black Ops 4, you don't get this kind of consistency, and I'm sure there are a lot more players playing Black Ops 4 than there are this game. So again, I'm not 100% sure on that, especially since we don't have player counts, but I think there's still a decent amount of people playing Black Ops 4, especially when you compare it to this game. So, now, does that mean that this game doesn't have its fair share of bullshit? No, I mean, it certainly does. But with that being said, when you look at it from an overall perspective in terms of replay value, in terms of what you're getting out of the game, the different things you can do. I actually heard the campaign was actually really solid too, and I actually heard that the zombies was a really good take. Everybody didn't really complain about zombies all that much in this game, at least not that I could remember. When you look at it from every single perspective, this game is really, really solid. And for those of you guys that weren't too crazy about it, and you know, you guys, and for those of you that don't like Black Ops 4, but you weren't crazy about this game, don't be surprised if you just end up watching this video or another video related to the subject, and you end up playing this game and actually liking it. That's kind of how it happened with me. I wasn't fond of World War II when that game came out. It's a lot better now after the overhaul and everything like that, as previously mentioned. But basically, after World War II, I just gave this game a fair shot, and I kept on thinking about the grind factor, and I gave this game a fair, legitimate shot. And after giving it a fair, legitimate shot and going through the adaptations and everything like that, and the trials and errors and all that stuff, I ended up enjoying it. Not just because I got better at the game, but just because I just ended up enjoying what this game overall had to offer. Because I overlooked it after Black Ops 3. It's kind of easy coming off of Black Ops 3 and then going into a game like this, and then all of a sudden, not giving this game a full-on shot, because you're just basically judging a book by its cover, so to speak, which is not right, because this game had a lot to offer that Black Ops 3 didn't, and at the same time, this game still has something to offer for those of us that appreciate the things that we basically took for granted when it comes to this whole Call of Duty thing now, that I'm pretty sure, are not going to take for granted ever again. Because things like the hit registration, consistency, I mean, I think if there's anything in Black Ops 4 that we learned more than anything else, is that, well, besides the microtransaction bullshit, right? The biggest thing that we constantly, the biggest thing that we could probably say that we learned from Black Ops 4 is that it doesn't have to be a advanced movement type of game in order for there to be chaos. There's a lot of chaos in Black Ops 4, and even this game with the specialists and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't feel as chaotic. It's got a different flavor of chaos, but it's not like overly random. And quite frankly, if somebody jumps and shoots you in the air and they're maneuvering and they end up outmaneuvering you and outgunning you in the air in what's called a dogfight in this game, excuse me, then they deserve that kill. It takes a certain level of skill to do that. Now, you don't have to be the most skilled person in the world, but if you can be consistent at it and if you can do well with it, then yeah, you certainly deserve that kill. Unlike what happens with the specialists in Black Ops 4. Now, yet specialists are a thing in this game, but it's just not as crazy, believe it or not. As a matter of fact, looking back at it now, it seemed a lot crazier back when this game came out. I mean, a little bit crazier, but like when you compare it to Black Ops 4, it's like, holy shit, dude. So I think that's one of the reasons why the Bare Bones playlist in Black Ops 4 is decently popular, and brought a lot of people back, and hopefully it's a message to the devs themselves. So we will see what Modern Warfare 4 has to offer, and this game overall feels very, very good, very solid. There's always something to grind for. The loot box system, or the microtransaction system, the supply drop system, whatever the hell you want to call it. I mean, you can literally grind for every weapon in the game. I mean, it's a good grind, but there's a good amount of grinding, but there's so many different ways in order for you to progress upon that. There's many master prestige. There's many levels of prestige. It's like it goes up to Master Prestige level 30 or something like that, or you can prestige 30 times if that's the way it goes in this game. So there's always something to grind for. There's mission teams, you name it. Obviously, most of you guys probably already knew this, but all in all, though, this game has aged remarkably well, and I'm very, very pleased with the fact that it's able to. I don't see any cheaters on here. Granted, the game's not that old, but I don't see any cheaters or hackers or anything like that. I don't see nearly amount the inconsistencies with the hit detection or anything like that. I mean, like I said, just like every other Call of Duty, it's not perfect, but one of the things that Infinity Ward definitely is good at, more than the other two guys, in my opinion, is the consistency of the hit registration, connection, hit detection, all that kind of stuff. So it's just, in other words, it's almost like, in a sense, well, what flavor of bullshit would you rather deal with? And I can tell you guys that after playing Black Ops 4 for a while, and even though the base game itself, I do enjoy it, I find myself going back and enjoying the things that all of us took for granted. Like, for all of a sudden, like, let's say you want to call in your score streak, right? You press the right on the D-pad like we've been doing for so many years, as opposed to triangle. And what can be or Y, because the thing is that sometimes you'll want to call in a streak and then it switches weapons instead, and that's really annoying. And we've been used to the right on the D-pad for so long, it's like, what the fuck? And things like that, and the health being 100, and getting double kills, triple kills decently easier, and just all the really basic stuff. I mean, I can go on and make this commentary twice as long, but I figured a little over 10 minutes would be the sweet spot. So But anyway, guys, for those of you guys that either didn't give Infinite Warfare a fair shot, or for those of you guys that recently just got it and are kind of holding off for whatever reason, because some of you, I think one of you on Twitter mentioned something like that. I'm paraphrasing here, but this game is a whole hell of a lot of fun. There's always going to be players that have never left this game, so there's going to be that. But for the most part, it's fairly casual. It's fairly fun. It's got a certain level of chaos to it, but not, in my humble opinion, not to the level of Black Ops 4. It's a lot more skill based. The chaos is a lot more skill based as opposed to random. But there are some random things. But hey, it's COD. If there wasn't any randomness whatsoever, it wouldn't be COD, right? But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this game, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. Any and all feedback, as always, is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for voting on Twitter. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.